Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and this is the bonus footage from my time with the HS10. A little bit late this week, but it's just been one of those weeks. I wasted altogether far too much time working on some Black Ops 2 stuff. I'm very eager to make a start on a new series, it seems. Just as well, I've only got, what, 3 episodes now left to produce for this Black Ops series, and one of those is a secondary weapon, so that's good news at least. Anyway, I don't have too much in the way of clips for the HS10, as, well, I only recorded 2 attachments, or rather 1 attachment and the absence of that attachment. So we've got about 8 minutes by my reckoning, so I should probably crack on with the questions and not waste too much time. Valentine says, "Hey Stu, how do you choose which clips you use?" Well, as far as clip selection is concerned, I've got it pretty much down to an art now. I'll import all of my footage into Vegas, and then at that point I'll review it all. This can be quite time-consuming, but, you know, has to be done. About 3-4 hours of footage normally to review. And I go through in a linear fashion, watch from start to end. Sometimes I speed it up, sometimes I'll cut out quiet a bit, because, you know, if there's no sound of gunfire, you know nothing's happening. But what I do is I split out all of these sections where I get, you know, multiple kills at once in quick succession. My general base standard for clips is 2 kills in rapid succession. I mean, that's absolute bargain basement level standard. Obviously, I prefer to have massive multi-kills, but, you know, sometimes if you've got a need for a short clip, 2 kills in quick succession will fill a gap really nicely. So I do select everything like that. And then I use markers to delineate everything by different attachments, so everything's organized in the project file. And then what I do, in order to select clips, is I will review all of the clips once they're all split, and I pick out anything that's particularly impressive or anything that I want to include. So I pick out the top 25% or top 10% of clips, and I'll pick out from those first, the top clips, and then if I need to, I'll pick sort of second-tier clips. It rather depends on how much space I've got. Sometimes my space is quite specific, so I have to pick a clip of a certain length. And sometimes the more impressive clips tend to be quite long, and it's quite hard to fit long clips in. So generally, when I'm compositing, I'll choose the longest ones first. So if I have like an epic spree, I'll definitely sort of go to that first, and then try and get that in the largest gap in the sequencing. But anyway, that's the basic process. That's how I go about getting clips together. And obviously the leftover clips, oh, they're the ones you're watching right now. NZ Bandicoot says, "Hey, have you played Black Mesa?" I have, in fact. I am currently at, towards the end of Surface Tension. I'm in the laser trip mine room. You know the one I'm talking about. Definitely been enjoying Black Mesa. It's really nice to sort of revisit the world of Half-Life. Because it's a game I enjoyed it tremendously back in the day, but obviously the graphics, well, what is the game now? It's like 15 years old almost. It's nice to see it sort of in a fresh light, and it's, yeah, I know, it's definitely good fun. Mr. Loading Error says, "The fudge is 2 3/4 inch. Use centimeters for fudge's sake." Sorry about that. I'm kind of bilingual when it comes to measurement systems. I'm comfortable in both metric and imperial units and measures. I forget that the global audience tends not to be, with the exception of America. In that case, though, the actual specification, well, I mean, it's an American shotgun from, what, 1970, so obviously its specifications are all in inches. But since I was doing the Weapons of Modern Warfare series, I do try and make the effort of standardizing on metric. But that one slipped through, and I didn't really think about it. Mr. Alex R22 says, "Hey Stu, are you going to post some videos on Retro Ahoy sometime? And please say potatoes." Well, the more astute of you will realise that Black Ops 2 is around the corner, and that is going to be my focus from November the 13th. But Retro Ahoy is something that's very dear to me, and it's something that I'd love to revisit as soon as I can. In fact, I'm thinking I might do an episode, maybe even 2 episodes, in the gap between Black Ops and Black Ops 2. But we'll see, I've got a lot of preparation to do. But hopefully I'll have a bit of free time, and Retro Ahoy is one thing that I do plan on revisiting very soon. Battle Droid Lover says, "So Stu, is there any point in using the HS10 over the SPAS 12? Kind of, yes. The HS10 is a lot more fun than the SPAS 12. Simply the fact that you've got 2 of them and you can just sort of spray people down at close range. Yeah, it's a lot more fun. The SPAS 12, yeah, it's probably the more effective weapon overall. You've got the stealth option, and you've got a larger magazine as well, which is a nice touch. And don't get me wrong, the Spaz 12 is a nice, fun weapon to use, but I don't know, there's something just sort of wonderful about the recklessness of the dual HS10, so there is that. And that does count for something, I think. Official Animation Whiz says, Stu, when you run out of guns on Black Ops, are you going to do the Tomahawk? Short answer, no. I'm looking forward to finishing Black Ops. Let's just say that much. So once I hit the 42 sort of creator class weapons, that's it, I'm done. I'm done. I'm taking a few weeks off, and then I'm starting on Black Ops 2. Irish Royal Gamer says, how long does it usually take you to write the pun at the end of each video? It varies. Some puns write themselves, honestly they do, but some guns are a bit harder. For some reason, it's always the German guns that are really hard to write puns for. I think it's because they have really sort of descriptive names. You know, they're not, I don't know, think of all the German guns. What is it? There's the MP5, there's the MP7, there's the G3, there's the G36, there's the PSG-1. These are really boring names. Oh, the WA-2000, the USP. I don't know, there's just nothing about them. So, stuff like that, I don't know, I try not to agonise over puns for too long, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, I just spit out a lame joke, and then everybody goes about their day. But, in the cases where there is an obvious angle, it can be, you know, literally just a 5-minute thing. Just a, well, you know, there's an obvious angle, let's go for that. Like, for instance, the scorpion. Of course you're going to make a scorpion joke. Well, what do scorpions have? They've got stingers. Boom, there's a pun right there. Sometimes stuff like that's less obvious, like, for instance, CZ75. Obviously, that's one that's on my mind, because I haven't written the script for that yet. CZ75 is quite a boring and prescriptive name. But there are a few angles I could probably take with that one. I'd hate to spoil anything, but the CZ75 is one of a group of pistols that were referred to as the Wonder Nines, because there was this trend for 9mm firearms. So I don't know, I mean, typical length of pun writing, I don't know, how long is a piece of string? But for an easy pun like the Scorpion, 5 minutes. Something a bit more nebulous, I might be scratching my head for half an hour, but I try not to waste too much time on it, because it's just, you know, the ending. In fact, half an hour is probably... I can't say I've ever spent half an hour coming up with a pun. If I can't think of something straight away, generally what I'll do is I'll put it on the back burner, leave it, and then hopefully I'll have some sort of inspiration before the script has to be read out. Anyway, that's I'm actually out of footage, so that's it for this bonus footage. Only a short one, but I will be back this week very shortly again with the PSG-1 bonus footage, and I do have quite a lot of that. So there'll be a longer episode. I'll try and get it done for Saturday, I think, try and stay on top of these things. I might even do it by Wednesday, but you never know, you never know. Other than that, of course, we'll have the CZ75 video on Sunday, the usual Beverage Guide Express on Friday, and the PSG-1 bonus, possibly Wednesday, maybe Saturday, we'll see. Maybe even Thursday. Who knows? It's a mystery. So anyway, until then, farewell.